just him.
Oh, he drove all this way. Holy balls.
Holy balls, he actually drove it all the way from Vermont. That is hilarious. Wow, it actually sounds good too. Wow. Dang, dude. Hey.
Get my camera out.
Dude, it sounds like it actually runs better than my other one.
Oh, yeah?
Holy cow. It made it, dude.
Yeah,
I can't believe.
Pulled up on Bruiser's beaters. There he is. He's got his Cimarron here.
Mine's a rust bucket, man.
Yeah. This is. There he is. Like I said, go subscribe to him because he's been amazing.
I'm so happy about this, guys.
What's up, guys?
Got a rural Vermonter here with my new Cimarron.
Just drove 1,000 miles in this.
No problems, man.
Yeah.
They don't build cars like this anymore. Not at all. Not at all. Definitely had a harder life. It's definitely got more sun.
It's been sitting outside, I'm guessing, for a long time.
I want to say this probably did time in one of the Sunbelt areas.
Oh, yeah.
Judging by how cooked it is, yeah. That would explain too why it's still here. Because like mine's been in the Rust Belt all its life, and there's like that right there. This just there's nothing from here down on my car completely.
So, the weather stripping. I took this off.
Oh heck yeah, because they just hang down and
yeah.
Yep.
It's so annoying. And the wire, there's a little clip. On, you know the clip that comes down?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get that off for the life of me.
Cut it.
So I cut it. I figured you could.
I'll be able to fix it. No big deal.
Yeah. And then this is the weather stripping here that is missing from the driver's side.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that.
And then the back, the rear one just fell off.
Well, at least on the positive side, it's here. This is hard to find.
Oh, okay.
That is super hard to find.
Yeah.
Anything for this car is impossible to find.
All your tools are here. I actually threw in a new thermostat on day one because it was running cold.
Yeah, that'll keep the trans from locking up and burn them up.
Yeah.
I found out that's what happened to my Buick. It actually has a new trans in it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I put a new thermostat in, and it still ran kind of on the cold side.
The gauges are inaccurate.
Oh, okay.
It's Hey guys, welcome back to Bruisers Beaters. As you all know, the Cimarron's been coming for a while, and it is finally here. The 1987 Cimarron from a rural Vermonter made the 1,000-mile journey without any problems to Wisconsin. Him and I are both nothing but impressed by this car. So I'm going to do a quick tour of the car here, show you guys what's been done so far, just to get it more drivable so I can actually use it as a car once in a while. But this is the hood. This is about as good as I've been able to get it so far. And this has been 2 or 3 days worth of polishing. I'm going to have a video on that soon. I've recorded a lot of the process. The sides cleaned up pretty nice. They weren't super sun damaged. You can see, you can still see there's some, like, what do you want to call it? The compound still in the paint, because the paint is in pretty bad condition. I've never seen this before. It's like sandpaper. It's like the chrome has come off. So I'm probably going to put the bumper from my other Cimarron on. But let's go underneath here. All right. Now that we're underneath. Now, all things considered, you do see rust all over the hard parts, like the beam axle, springs, the brake lines, stuff like that. But that's all fine. That stuff doesn't matter. It's the body that matters. Like my other Cimarron, this spot's completely gone. That spot's almost gone. But as you can see on this one, everything is still here. This car has the 13-inch tires and wheels. These are 185/70 13s. They're a little dirty. They need to be cleaned. But I actually like these wheels, despite not really liking 13 inches. My other Cimarron has 14s on it, but the wheels don't look particularly good, so I'm going to try to refinish them. And then the 14s might end up going on this car. You can see a little bit of rot in here, like right here, when I just poke my finger through, but that's just hollow space on these J-bodies. There's nothing to really worry about there. This is the rocker here. All this, none of this exists on my other Cimarron. It's all just rotted off. I also don't have this beauty panel or this beauty panel, or really any of the beauty panels, but here's some more of the underside for you guys. Nice and clean. Nice solid rockers. There's a hole on the other side, but I'm not overly concerned about that. The gas door is open. Now, the one thing that does kind of stink is apparently Jeb had a flub. I don't remember exactly what, but I don't know where I put it. This car has no door key. The door key is snapped. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is these locks are going to come out of my other Cimarron, and I'm just going to relock the whole car. And here's a better view of the interior. Now, the back seat's kind of ugly. It's got a lot of fade, and it's completely coming apart on the top. I have that, and it's really nasty over here. I think it's sun damage, honestly, because the seat's kind of the same way. It's got the original floor mats. It's going to need a headliner. No big deal. My other one has a perfectly good headliner. The visor. Now, I did repair the instrument cluster on this. What had happened with his instrument cluster when this car was still a row of Vermonters is this car has sat for 20 years and everything electric has corroded. There's no mold or anything or damage, but all the contacts behind the cluster were completely corroded. So I'm in process of rebuilding it, but for the time being, I took the cluster out of my 88, which is why this car says 99,000 miles instead of 37. I just exchanged clusters out for the time being. The radio you saw from the 95 DeVille. Let's see. So things that this car is going to need. Now I'm planning to paint all this. Just completely repaint all this. I don't even have to take it off the car to do it. I'm going to show you guys how to do a good rattle can paint job. To make this all look good, I'm going to pull all this stripping off my other Cimarron and I'm going to put it on this one. I'm going to try and work this dent out as best as I can. Now, this spot here was actually exposed metal, so the little bit of runs on it are just clear paint to keep it from rusting further. I've been going through just trying to get rid of the rust. There's a couple spots here on the roof. You can see these as well. This was bare steel. I didn't want bare steel exposed, so I went ahead and put some paint over it just for the time being. Tail lights are good. I polished them up. Now, it looks like they're hanging off and it looks like they're broken, but they're actually not. I was completely astonished to find out that somebody just never put the wing nuts back. Still got the Vermont plates. I have permission to run on them for a little while. I insure it. And, yeah, that's about it for now. All right, guys, let's hop in and take it for a ride. All right, guys, so my driving opinion of this car is it definitely has 30,000 miles. That's going to be really, really hard to deny. Look at the steering wheel. Look how nice this is. Like on my other Cimarron, this is all twisted around in the seam. The stitching here is actually twisted up and it's almost right here on the other car. Everything is just all there and clean. It's got the original Cadillac Cimarron floor mats. Now, mind you, it's dirty. I haven't done any cleaning to this car. I've only done some basic maintenance to make it drivable and runnable. And I've been working on the paint, been recording that. It's going to be a whole thing on that because there's still more I want to do. I have some additional plans because the paint is in pretty bad shape on this car. So I'm taking a couple steps to make sure that I can make the paint look good for a couple years until I can get it repainted. Because I don't have $1,600, $1,700 to drop on a halfway decent paint job right now, especially a two-tone paint job like this. Now, this car is fortunately a single stage, and it's thick, so I've been able to get it to look basically what you're seeing now is how she looks, and I'm just going to keep trying at that. The worst I do is burn through the paint in a couple spots, but no big deal. Everything's running good. Temp is perfect. Heck, even the gas gauge finally reads right. The gas gauge in my other Cimarron doesn't work right. So I was going to discuss that today as part of the video. I don't think I'm going to keep the other Cimarron, honestly. I have a lot of people that are asking me for parts from that car because the parts are pretty scarce for these cars now. And honestly, the last video I made when I did the tour of it, you got to admit, guys, that car is really rusty, and I'm sorry. Honestly, it's been feeling kind of weird on the road. I think the chassis isn't really safe enough to drive anymore, so I'm going to be taking it off the road and using parts from this and that, and I'm just going to be making one perfect Cimarron. The parts that I don't need, don't use, don't end up wanting, I'm going to be posting them for sale on the groups on Facebook. But for the most part, no. I think I think it's full steam ahead from here, guys. This Cimarron's going to be my main focus now. Right now, ooh, what's this guy doing? Right now, I have a perfectly good running car. It's quiet, it stops, it just needs a lot of little odds and ends to be perfect. So, stay tuned, guys. I hope you enjoy this video series. If you're new to the channel and you came from a rural Vermonter's channel, welcome to Bruisers Beaters. This is what I do. This is my passion. I love old front-wheel drive GM cars. I just love General Motors as a whole. If you're old enough to remember, which I know a lot of my subscribers actually are, is GM used to be the king. It didn't used to be Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, all that stuff on our roads. No, our roads used to just be GM cars back when I was growing up. GM, Ford, and Chrysler were the king. Foreign cars were a novelty for a long time until they became serious competition, and that's kind of when American cars started going down the toilet. So stay tuned on this series. There's going to be a lot of little things I do. A lot of the things that I record, I may not even narrate. They may just be sped up montage, because with the ADHD, I do work better if I can focus and I'm not having to talk all the time. So a lot of my videos are going to be a montage, but I will explain what I'm doing, and then I'll just show what I'm doing. That's what I'm planning on doing. Enough doings in that sentence? Oi. Well, alright guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see more Cadillac Cimarron content, the Cadillac Cavalier, go ahead and hit that notification bell when I post a new video. You'll be notified right away. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I really didn't think this was going to work out, honestly. I figured I'd get like 100 subscribers and that would be it. And here I am today with all you guys watching me, and oh man, it feels really good, honestly. It feels really good to have something that I'm watering and nurturing actually come to life. So, alright guys, stay tuned and I hope you enjoy.